Hey everyone, welcome back to Silk and Soil. Today is a little bit different of a video. I really wanted to just get this message out there because now that I've grown plants for almost a year, it doesn't seem like a long time compared to a lot of other growers, but I have learned a lifetime's worth of knowledge in the past year. I've literally dedicated all of my free time to horticulture and learning about plants, where they're endemic, how their growth type is, all sorts of things. And this is gonna come off like so cocky or grandiose, but I really do think I can care for any plant. Except for like a Welwitschia. I think that's what that's called. If you know, you know. And the reason I say that is because, not to sound like I am master plant guy, like I'm really not claiming that. I just think that if you really give yourself a chance and give yourself the opportunity and put in a little bit of extra effort to research, see what the plant needs, and conform to that. And there are many different methods to getting the environment that the plant that you're trying to grow needs. And as you can see behind me, I have grow lights, I have a humidifier back there, it's hidden, but these plants are like babied. Like, they are spoiled little brats. They probably couldn't survive outside if I just tossed them out there. But that doesn't mean they're not thriving. They're still growing great. As you can see, this Musa I got it at probably a foot tall as a plug, and it's now in a 10-inch pot because the last 6-inch pot literally bust open. It was growing so fast. I understand it's like a vegetative plant, so that's why you'd see acceleration and growth, but still something to consider. That plant is happy. There are numerous plants. I have terrarium plants, I have anthurium, I have alocasia, I have calathea. I don't really know, like, most of the big broad category plants that I've heard are tricky for some people. I've gotten it down, like, and I really don't think I had much trouble doing so. Yeah, I bought all the products I needed. I got an RO machine for clean water. I invested in high-end fertilizer, a 3-part fertilizer. That was much more expensive than I ever will pay again for fertilizer, but my setup is fucking dialed and it works. And I just want to spread the message that because I'm having success and I'm telling you that, look, it wasn't like from the get-go. I started with, I don't even know where my first alocasia is. My first alocasia, I had to chop it back to a rhizome and grow it up from moss, and somehow it sprouted the most beautiful leaf after that, which is now rotting. But it's not been linear. It hasn't been all successes, all great things. It's really stressful a lot of the time. The plants throw you a curveball whenever they feel like it, but maybe this is just a message of staying consistent and persevering and trying not to let yourself like get down when your plant maybe not doing the best. I will say now that I'm getting more into alocasia and anthurium, like the rare kind of more hype aeroids. Those are definitely two plants that are, a lot of people claim them to be tricky, but it's really up to what you think is tricky, or what you think tricky is. It's really up to that. In the way that if a leaf drops, or 2 leaves drop, or an inflow comes in and 3 leaves drop, like, it's not a failure. That plant is going through a process, and I can assure you, while that same result may not be happening outside, that's not a failure. Your plant's still very much alive. It's still very much succeeding. It's just going through a stage of life. It is being a mother plant. Our plants have different stages. Some plants literally go dormant for like ever, like 10 years. Codex, I think that's wrong. Fact check me. I've grown tissue cultures like probably 50 different genera. The only problem I've had with tissue culture is usually the smaller the specimen, the harder it is to like get it going. Same thing's true with corms. For a lot of things, like the smaller node you'd have, the same. It's just a little harder and slower to get it going and growing. But it really is a piece of cake once you have a leaf. Once you have chlorophyll, you should not be struggling with a plant. You don't need grow lights. You don't need really anything fancy. You just need like, I mean, you can DIY. You've seen people with like plastic boxes, like bins. I started with bins. Like, this is disgusting, but I'll show you. I started with slots in my bins. I've had plants in here for a while. Now I'm just moving them all to the tent, but as you can see, like, I'm getting more serious about my plants, and that's kind of the reason that I have like a lot more of this fancy setup, because I want these plants to grow fast, and I want them to be as big as possible, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy mature specimens, not just collecting because I can collect. And I will say, just like plants go through phases, I've also gone through phases of collecting. It's been so different from when I started. I just wanted every fucking plant I could see on Facebook. I was really into like the plant purge groups. I would buy from them a lot, mostly aeroids, not just like alocasia yet. And then I started getting into corms, and my first big purchase was like $250 on 3 corms, and I have 2 of them. I don't know where they are, but to date, I've killed a lot of plants. I've grown a lot of big plants. I've sold some plants, and there's just a lot more to come. But if you can leave with anything from this video, I want you to take away that I am literally coming up on a year into like really caring about plants, and I'm already confident enough to say that I can take care of anything. So I just want people to realize that plants are not that hard. They are awesome. They teach you lessons. They teach you patience. Give you a routine. There's so many benefits to owning a plant, and I'm just clearly I got carried away with them. But I think everyone should have a plant in their home. I think you can take care of a plant. Really, I think like anyone can. Alright, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I get to see you in the next one. My next release will probably be a short about begonias, so stay tuned for that.